Have you ever found yourself wishing and longing for love, feeling that it is the missing piece to finally complete your life? Society often portrays love as the ultimate goal, the pinnacle of the human experience, the magical solution to all our problems. However, we can say that this relentless pursuit of love may actually be more of an obstacle than a help in finding true happiness and contentment. Let's step back in time and explore the wisdom of the ancients, especially Stoicism, a philosophy school founded in the 2nd century based on the knowledge that the wise live in harmony with the divine reason that governs nature. The Stoics had insightful observations, especially when it came to love. They believed that our emotions should not rule us, but rather we should understand and control them. What does this have to do with our modern quests for love? Join us as we unravel historical teachings and explore why they believed we should not pursue love. Diving into the historical perspective on love, it is important to understand the views of some of its most influential thinkers. They significantly contributed to interpretation, including love. They believed that love is a natural and necessary part of life, but cautioned against letting it consume us. Like all emotions, love should be moderated and controlled, not becoming an obsession that deviates us from the path towards virtue and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and historical devotee, expressed similar sentiments in his famous work Meditations. He emphasized the importance of maintaining control over our emotions, reminding us that we have the power to shape our perceptions and responses. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, taught that our tranquility depends on distinguishing what we can control from what we cannot. At the core of Stoicism is the concept of preferred indifference, aspects of life that are not inherently good or bad, but can contribute to a good life if used correctly. Love, for the Stoics, falls into this category. It is not a virtue in itself, nor is it inherently bad. Instead, love is something that can add value to our lives, but it should not be our ultimate goal or determine our happiness. This is a truly radical perspective, especially in contrast to narratives that often teach us that love is the ultimate source of happiness and fulfillment. However, the Stoics believed that true peace comes from within, not from external factors, not even love itself. But what do we mean when we talk about pursuing love? Essentially, pursuing love is making the search for a romantic partner the main goal of life, an unrelenting pursuit that often excludes other pursuits in personal development. When we constantly pursue love, we seek someone to complete, satisfy, and give meaning to our lives. At first glance, this may not seem like a problem. After all, love is a beautiful and enriching part of the human experience. However, upon closer examination, it becomes clear that this mindset can lead to a series of problems. First, it places our happiness in the hands of another person. When seeking love, we often associate our self-esteem and happiness with the presence or absence of a romantic relationship. When we are single, we may feel incomplete or as if we are failing. It is argued that this is a misguided source of value, as true satisfaction should be found within ourselves rather than sought in external factors. Furthermore, by overly focusing on the pursuit of love, we run the risk of neglecting other important aspects of our lives, such as personal growth, passions, and friendships. We can become so lost in our search that we end up losing our individuality and the qualities that make us unique. Additionally, the relentless pursuit of love can lead us into unhealthy relationships. When the primary goal is simply to be in a relationship, we may overlook warning signs, tolerate abuse, or settle for partners who are not suitable for us. The urgency to find love can obscure the vision of what a healthy, respectful, and satisfying relationship should be. In the end, pursuing love can turn into an endless and unsatisfying quest. We are constantly in search of love, always living in the future, and always longing for the next, without being present or satisfied with what we have in the moment. As Seneca stated, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." This relentless pursuit of love can result in a life of dissatisfaction and ultimately unhappiness. However, this does not mean that the Stoics were against love. On the contrary, they valued love but advocated for a more conscious approach. Let's explore the Stoic lessons on love, taking Epictetus as an example. His lessons focused on the idea of control and the distinction between what we can and cannot control. For Epictetus, love belongs to the category of things we cannot control. He advised appreciating love when present without desperately trying to grasp it when absent. Stoic, another prominent philosopher, taught that we should love without attachments, recognizing that all things are temporary. This does not mean emotional detachment or indifference, but rather resistance to change and loss. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and historical philosopher, expressed similar sentiments in his Meditations. He urged acceptance of the circumstances imposed by fate, encouraging full love for the people fate has brought together. This advice encourages us to fully commit to love when it arises in our lives, while maintaining an attitude of acceptance to the changes that may occur. To do it with authenticity without despairing, these historical lessons about love guide us toward a healthier and more resilient approach to love. They recommend us to appreciate love, enjoy it, and fully commit when it is present in our lives, but not make it the exclusive focus or the sole source of happiness. In essence, love should be a part of our lives, not the entirety. Adopting the historical perspective of not chasing love can significantly enhance our existence, although it may seem contradictory in a world that often encourages us to pursue our desires with relentless determination. Stoicism, however, teaches us a more balanced approach. Firstly, not pursuing love can result in a profound sense of emotional resilience. When we don't tie our happiness and self-worth to being in a romantic relationship or not, we become less susceptible to emotional upheavals. By taking a step back and not fervently seeking love, we can create an emotional balance that remains stable regardless of whether love is present in our lives. Secondly, not pursuing love promotes self-realization. It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that we need someone else to complete us, but Stoicism argues that we are already whole and capable of finding satisfaction within ourselves. By stopping the pursuit of love, we can dedicate more time and energy to personal growth, understanding ourselves, and developing our passions and interests. Learning to find satisfaction within ourselves makes us more self-sufficient and resilient. It's not about avoiding love or being indifferent to it, but allowing love to come to us in the right time and manner. The transition from a mindset of self-realization is not easy. It requires introspection, patience, and commitment. Prioritize self-love instead of seeking it externally. Start cultivating it internally. Practice self-care activities, explore your interests, and build a life you love, regardless of being in a relationship or not. Remember that you are already complete. Embracing solitude is historically valued as it provides space for self-understanding, reflection, and growth. Dedicate time to be with yourself and learn to appreciate your own company. In an era of dating apps, it's easy to get caught up in the obsession of seeking love. Practice patience and allow love to develop organically and at its own pace. In conscious relationships, keep historical principles in mind. Preserving your independence is crucial. Don't turn the relationship into your sole source of happiness. Ensure there is mutual respect and understanding. Develop emotional resilience by learning to better handle your emotions. Stoicism doesn't advocate the absence of feelings, but rather not letting emotions control your actions and decisions. Practice patience, remembering that dealing more healthily with your emotions is a journey, and there will be challenging days, which is perfectly normal. Change takes time, but with each step, you move closer to a life of emotional resilience, self-fulfillment, and healthier relationships. Stoics have taught us to appreciate love when present, let it go when absent, and maintain our internal peace and self-respect. As the renowned historical philosopher said, the serene and tranquil person is not the one who flees from things, but the one who is their master. We all aspire to become masters of our emotions and our lives. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to activate the notification bell to receive updates and, of course, click like and subscribe. That way, you'll never miss a dose of Stoic inspiration. A warm embrace, and see you soon.